Hello, tiny friends. Welcome back to 12 Days of a Vintage Christmas. Today is day 6, and we're halfway through this Christmas special with 6 days remaining. If you're just joining in, I explained everything about this free printable in day 1. It's a free printable of a vintage Christmas decor box set. You get 13 boxes and 6 Christmas cards. But if you click the link below in the description box, it'll take you right to this site. And if you scroll down just past the first image, you'll see the words Christmas boxes. If you just click on those words, it'll take you to this PDF where you could either print it from that page or download it to your computer and have it forever and print it whenever you want. And if you've missed any of the previous days to this Christmas special, you can click on the link to the playlist in the description box below. So today I am going to create a box of Christmas cards. These Christmas cards are a little modern for the Josephine house, so I decided to store them in one of these boxes, and this way I can use them. So get yourself a cup of Christmas cheer and let the merry bells begin to ring. Today I'll be choosing this box because it's the deepest box in the set, and it kind of reminds me of a shoebox or some sort of storage box that you would store your Christmas cards in. I'm going to begin with cutting out the window before cutting out the box lid. And to go around this oval shape, I'm just taking very small cuts at a time. This helps when you're cutting around curved edges. Once you get your big piece out, you can go back in and clean up any of the smaller pieces of paper that are still attached to your window. For a recap on the tabs, I cut on the line, and then I cut next to the line at an angle, cutting out a little triangle, and then I cut an angle line on the end. And this is what they look like. You got to be really careful and take your time while you're folding these edges because they're really thin. The box has black lines, so I'm going to fold those inward so that they're on the inside of the box. My box is now complete, and you can see how deep it is. I also added a window. Time to make Christmas cards. When I was making these cards, I found it easier to just pre-fold your crease, line your two edges up evenly, and then give it a nice hard crease. This way, your front and back edges will line up with each other, and then you can trim off any excess if there's any hanging over. So now it's time to add the cards to the boxes, and I'm going to begin with the more modern looking cards and lay those on the bottom. I'll just be using tacky glue for this. Any white glue would work. Since they're just paper, you're not going to need any expensive fancy type of glue. Just use what you have. You can also use a glue stick for this as well. And you can also use a glue stick to put the boxes together. So I just added a little on the bottom of this, and I'm going to place it inside the box. I don't really want these cards to look neatly stacked in the boxes, so I'm going to place them in different directions. For this one, I'm adding a little glue inside to glue it closed. I'll be adding a little glue to close this tiny card as well. I'm going to open up the last card that I placed inside the box, and I'm just going to put this tiny little card inside just so you can see it barely hanging out. I'm laying the cards about in the box in a way where it looks like they've been shuffled around over the years while being stored. I'm going to slip this last one slightly inside the cardinal card, just that bottom corner. I'm using these two cards last because they're almost vintage enough for the 1930s. Now I can place the lid on. It's a little bit of a snug fit for this box. A box of Christmas cards. I actually had to do this box like 3 times because the first 2 times I kept forgetting to film making the cards and putting them in the box. And this is such a short little ditty, so I had to redo it. I hope you enjoyed this miniature box of Christmas cards, tiny friends, and if so, please give it a thumbs up and let me know what you thought in the comments below. And come back to see me on day 7 to see what I create next in this 12 days of a vintage Christmas. Until next time, happy holidays, and I will see you on the mini side.